I met tons of people who thought they need a 10-hour course on a programming language before they even wrote their first line of code. And I realized how stupid that is, and I was one of those people too. Now I found a new way because I wanted one app so badly I just couldn't wait to finish another course. So in today's video I'm going to show you how I wrote my first Mac app for myself without ever writing a single line of Swift code before, and hopefully this will inspire you to write one yourself. So you're probably curious what I built. Well, let me just show it to you right away. This is a simple menu bar application. I started to use AI for many different things, ranging from school to coding to even YouTube and research. So I write a lot of prompts, and I realized that lots of those prompts I have to rewrite every time I use ChatGPT, for example. So I decided, why not I just make like prompt templates? So that's how this app was born. I have a few folders, and if I pick one and I click, it copies to the clipboard the content, and I can paste it, and I can just write whatever I want. I don't know, speaking skills, for example. This is a simple prompt, but it works. And yeah, I have a few ways to interact with this application. I can add a new folder, for example, programming, and I can also add a new prompt. So for example, teach me the, I don't know, basics, and the prompt will be teach me the basics of X programming language. And I can pick the folder, programming, create, and now I have a new folder with the basics prompt, and I can just paste it into ChatGPT, replace the X in the brackets, and I have a prompt ready instantly. Before I was using a Notion page to store all of my prompts, but it was so annoying to go between Notion and ChatGPT all over again. It wasn't as efficient as just going up to the menu bar, taking that prompt and pasting it into my model. So yeah, it was a very simple idea, and I just never knew how to build a Mac app like this. So I just did some research. I used AI for this. I asked ChatGPT, but you can also use Gemini or Grok, and I got a detailed guide on how to build a menu bar application. But when I read through it, I was like, oh my god, how am I going to build all this? I have no idea how to do that still, because I've never coded in Swift. I have no idea how to set up Xcode and all these different emulators to test it. And I need to buy Cursor, and it will do everything for me. And yeah, also let's invest in Cloud Code, and you know, I will need like $100 to have the AI build this for me. But it was so stupid. I realized that I can just use the way I learned with ChatGPT to learn how to build this kind of an application, because it's the simplest one that you can build pretty much. At school, I always try to write everything myself, because I'm not going to learn if the AI is going to finish all the work for me. Instead, I use it to plan the implementation, and I do it step by step, asking the AI for questions about the code I wrote before making any further changes. And it's a much better workflow than just asking it to blow the whole app in one single prompt. So I took this approach. I explained what I wanted to achieve. It had to be a menu bar app with folders. The folders should appear in the pop-up. There should also be a click action that will copy the contents of that prompt into the clipboard. And I also need to have an option to add and remove folders and prompts. With that, I pasted what I wanted into O3, the best model from OpenAI, but you can also just toggle the thinking or reasoning, it's called, tool in the free version, and it will give you roughly okay results too. Then I open up a simple project in Xcode, and it's feeling ancient, like really ancient, but I just set up the folder structure it gave me from the plan. I created the files, and then I went back to ChatGPT to just implement every file step by step. I pasted the whole structure here, and I once again explained what I wanted to implement, and it took just a few hours to implement small pieces step by step, and I finally got it to work. As you can see, it took a bit of talking with this super intelligent AI. I'm still scrolling, by the way. Still scrolling. Yep, okay, we've done. Yeah, it took a long time, but I'm really satisfied with what I achieved. And I think it's a much better way than going to Cursor, for example, and just letting it build the thing for you. If you want to learn something new, if you have experience with the thing, then I believe you should go for it. If you can utilize the AI to your advantage, but still have a rough idea of what's going on, then that's great. But if you're learning something new like me, like I was learning Swift, I think it's a good idea to just use a regular model in the chat and have it guide you more than do everything for you. If you're getting stuck, if you're learning something more niche, you can also maybe try to use VS Code and the new GPT 4.1 models. You can sort of open up two projects, one in Xcode and one in VS Code, and have that new model which has larger context. It works better if you're building large apps. The chat that you're writing in will sort of run out of the context length, and your responses won't be as good. So you can try that and just use the chat window in the Copilot as a, chat, but with bigger context. So it was one of the fastest ways I built an app, and I also learned a ton while doing that. And I plan to post about this. Maybe some people will notice this thing, like you right now. Maybe you can give me some more ideas what to do with this app next. Maybe integrate some kind of AI to improve the prompts. I don't know. There are tons of ideas I can do here. And yeah, just let me know. And you can build a small app like this too. This is super easy to do, and I hope you can just try something and maybe other people will notice what you're doing and you're going to turn it into a successful business. Also, I made this basic version that you can see here free on Gumroad. You're going to have to sort of fiddle with the way Apple handles unauthorized apps, because I don't have a developer license yet. Hopefully, maybe one day I will have one, because I don't have $100 to pay every year to Apple. So you can just bypass the thing. I promise it's safe. I will maybe make a public repo so you can look through the code if you're not sure. And yeah, I link those two things down below, and you can just download it and maybe contribute to it. Let me know. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.